1/2 inch PVC, 1/2 inch PVC caps, 1 1/4 inch drywall screws, black spray paint, plastic chain, a bag of bats, a hot glue gun, and lastly, a drill. The first thing we're going to do is take that 1/2 inch PVC cap and we're going to drill a hole down the middle of this. I'm using a 1/16 inch drill bit. I'm going to be making 10 of these fence posts, so I'm going to drill all of these at one time. What we're going to do is take that 1 1/4 inch drywall screw and we're going to screw that in from the bottom so it protrudes through the top. This will all make sense here in just a little bit. And just be careful, these screws are really sharp on the end, so use supervision if needed. So it should look something like this. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. It could be a little bit crooked. In the end, it will add to the creepiness factor. You'll see that here in just a little bit. Next, we're going to be adding hot glue to both sides of this cap. We don't want that screw to be turning at all, and we want to keep it as stiff as possible. Let's grab our bag of bats. We're going to be hot gluing these to these PVC caps. I will link these in the description. And you don't have to use these. You could use dollar store skulls or anything else you may have, or nothing if you don't want to add a decorative piece on top. This is a little tricky to try to hold these in place in hot glue, so please be very careful. You should wear gloves. I'm a horrible example. Do not do as I do. If you go sparingly at first, it will set up quicker, just enough to get it to stick. Then you can go back and add more glue, just to add more of a surface area to have a better bond. So that being said, it should look something like this when you're done. And keep in mind, we're going to be spray painting this in the end. It's going to pull everything together. You're really not going to notice that glue at all. And yeah, if you guys made it this far, the hard part is done. Now it's just putting everything together and painting, of course. I went through and I cut all these to 40 inches. That just seems to be a height that is going to look good in my display. And I'm not gluing any of these on. It's a nice tight fit. I like the option of taking these apart for storage. Now to connect that chain to drape across the front of these, we're going to be applying a screw. And I'm just eyeballing. It's roughly 1 inch down from the bottom of that cap. We're using that same drill bit, and the trick here is to only go through one side of that PVC. And go slow here. We just want to screw through the one side. We don't want the screw to come out the other side. And we want that screw to stick out about 1/4 inch. So we're going to do this with the rest of these, and then it's on to painting. Now when it comes to my fence panels here in my display, I always go with flat black. It adds like an oxidized, older look to it. If you guys want to do gloss, you can do that as well. This is always my favorite part. I just love how everything gets pulled together while painting. And guys, check this out. I mean, how awesome does this look? I absolutely love these. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, you guys could use dollar store skulls on top of these if you wanted. I chose bats because it has a bit of a haunted mansion kind of vibe that I think is really cool. And here's a close-up of that hot glue. Again, you don't really notice it, and it's on the backs of these, so you're really never going to see it. To stand these up, I'm going to be using rebar. Those are 2 foot 3/8 inch pieces of rebar. I actually purchased a 10-footer, and I used an angle grinder to cut them in 2 foot lengths. Now you don't have to use rebar here. You can actually take the caps back off at this point and use a sledgehammer or a heavier duty hammer and pound the PVC itself into the ground. I've done it before, it absolutely works. And here's a close-up of how easily that does slip right over the top of that rebar. You can see here I'm putting the chain on and it's just hanging on top of the screw heads, guys. It's not going anywhere. The beauty is if you need to take it down for whatever reason, easily removable and super easy as far as storage goes. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you guys try this build, run into any issues, email me newenglandhaunter@gmail.com. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.